Capturing a moment in time.
There you go. That's great.
Is what Lou Bope does for a living.
I mean, just like every kid, I liked photography. But I was always kind of intimidated to take photography in school. But the turning point was I did a semester in London, and that's when I thought, you know what, here's the world.
He went everywhere with his camera, and in a world where timing is everything, Lou timed it right.
The Berlin Wall happened to come down. And so immediately I went over to Berlin and took some pictures, and I sold one or two of them.
Back in his hometown of St. Louis, a local publication wanted his Berlin Wall story. He was excited to be published locally until he saw the caption.
I didn't know who the woman was, I didn't know who the border guard was, but in the caption it said, Lou Bope's girlfriend. And, here's this 80-year-old and I'm in my 20s.
The collapse of the Berlin Wall has opened a door for Lou, and he hasn't looked back.
So when I came back here, I started to freelance a little bit. So I was a stringer for AP. Come up a little bit now.
A paid internship with Sports Illustrated took him to New York City, a city where he'd soon start racking up clients.
Sports Illustrated, People Magazine, Money Magazine, Vanity Fair. There's quite a few billboards, buses, wrapped with images from the New York Marathon. I shoot the New York Marathon every year.
He's been given access to people and places to create unbelievable moments in time.
Like, I'm one of the few people that have ever been up on the very tip top of the Empire State Building with a guy that changes the light bulb.
Lou has mastered the art of capturing the human spirit.
I've been on a number of trips with Dan Rather and General Schwarzkopf.
A career started by one photo of the Berlin Wall, but that photo, turns out, may not be his most famous.
My most famous picture is this big.
A picture available to everyone, courtesy of the U.S. Mail.
So the musician is Jimmy Duck Holmes, who's a very notable musician.
Pictures telling a story of one man's journey.
If it ended tomorrow, that would be good.
Randy Schwenker, 5 on your side. On January 31st, 1929, the Fox Theater opened its doors for the first time.
The initial price to get in here was 35 cents during the day and 75 cents at night.
In 1929, movies weren't the main attraction.
A little over 100 years ago, they figured out that if you make a theater fancy, people will come regardless of whether the film is good or not.
Carl has spent a good part of his life in this theater.
Oh, I came here as a teenager to come to movies. I came here on dates.
He's been working as an usher and a tour guide since 1982.
This place is kind of a second home to me now.
The theater cost about $5 million back in 1929. It had seating for about 5,056 patrons.
Back in the 50s, they took over 500 seats off the floor.
Now, in order to truly see the greatness of this palace, we brought in a professional drone racer working with STL from above to capture a bird's eye view.
We're usually racing in a big open field, and here we're going through openings and you almost don't know exactly what you're going to creep up on as soon as you come through a door, so it's a bit different flying in here.
It takes a skilled pilot to be able to navigate the halls and the passageways of the Fox Theater.
Being able to get in here with the drone is awesome, so we can get those shots up close and let everybody see everything.
When you walk in the front door, you're experiencing something. It's not a matter of you're waiting for the show to start. You are experiencing a theater that is majestic, and it really sets a mood for the patrons as they come in.
Be able to get up close to it, because typically you're, like 25, 30 feet below it, and you can't get anywhere near that. But whenever you're up there looking at it, you can see the detail that was put into all of that.
So they loosely patterned this place after an Asian temple, so they call the architecture Siamese Byzantine.
Detail never seen at this level before, all put in place for a purpose.
And I had a Hindu in here not long ago, and he recognized them without me prompting him as Vishnu. And then he took a look at the elephant over the center of the stage, and he said, "Oh, that is Lord Ganesh. Lord Ganesh is the god of good fortune." Of course, it's Hollywood stuff. It's all hollow plaster. And so virtually everything you're looking at here is plaster. We have well over 100 dragons in here in the architecture. We have lizards, and we have serpents, and we have geese, just all kinds of things in the architecture, and the more you look, the more you will find.
So happy anniversary, Fox Theater.
It's really a treasure for St. Louis.
Randy Schwenker, 5 on your side.